Never forget where you came from, and never forget who you are. Grand Rising. Sometimes you have to go back to the beginning to expand out of the spiral. On our journey, we lose our focus. We might lose our focus of who we are. In today's lesson, we're going to remember who we truthfully are. You might be getting this message right now, and you could say, you know what, over the course of time, I might have lost track of who I truthfully am. Because of the way the matrix works, we develop subconscious programs on our journey. And when we break free of these subconscious programs, when we never forget where we came from and we never forget who we are, we will be able to activate our higher self. And that's the energy theme that many people are going through right now. I'm getting mixed comments. If you hear it crystal clear, hit the 5x5 in the chat right now. It's good to see everyone. It's time to start again. And never lose yourself, because you will find yourself while you're by yourself. We gave everyone enough time to get on this world-famous live stream. I'm absolutely grateful for all of your support. Could you kindly smash the like button or gently tap the like button? It helps others find this message. Please subscribe to the channel. Click the bell next to subscribe. Select all. We do daily videos, 9 a.m. Eastern time. You could even set an alarm on your phone in case the notifications don't go off. And you know that we're here every single day with something new to post. We're expanding consciousness. We are improving our everyday life experience, and every person that's tuning in is becoming self-empowered as they go on a journey of self-discovery. And you have to focus on this right now, because no one else is going to focus on it for you. There might be distractions for you, but no one else is going to tell you who you are, and no one is going to make you become the person that you came here to be besides yourself. If this message resonates with you today, we have Patreon, we host Zoom meetings, we have live streams, we all collaborate together. We have more videos on Twitter. Head over to Twitter also. We're on every platform: Telegram, TikTok, Twitter, LinkedIn, Rumble. Check them all out. Use the hashtag #OurEverydayLives. We're improving everyone's life one day at a time, because we show up every day. Yeah, you got to show up every day. If you'd like to support the channel and this work, there's a link at the pinned comment. Never forget where you came from, And sometimes we have to go back to the beginning to remember who we truthfully are. You know, we kind of lose ourselves on our journey. And you could say, oh, things are not really panning out. You know, I'm reflecting on my life, and I could say, you know what, I don't even really resonate with these things that are part of our life. You need to remember who you are. I just recently, I posted a post on Twitter. Head over to Twitter to read that post. It's really going to help you read both phrases. It's right in front of your face. You have to focus on both. People saying, how do I remember who I am? Over time, we lose ourselves in this matrix world influenced by others and not focusing on who we are within our innate. You know, the funny thing, and people share about, say, the signs that you're a light worker, right? Maybe you've seen some of those videos. You already like kind of knew things since you were a child. And maybe people were telling you, oh, you got it wrong, or oh, why don't you grow up, or why don't you fit in? But innately, within your DNA, you knew things inside of you, and you have to get back to it. Get back to the basics. They're inside of you. You could write it in the comments. Get back to the basics. Within your DNA, everything is written. It's all written there, waiting for you in your DNA. And that's why on your journey, you know, certain things you could have, you know, certain things that you succeed with ease, and some things you might struggle with. Reflect on that on your life. You say, oh, these things come so easy to me. However, in this aspect of my life, it's a struggle. Your story is written in the Akashic Records. And the Akashic Records is like the universe's database on you. And we have a couple of full videos on the channel page. It's very important as we move forward, because if we are going on this journey of self-discovery, you have to really know who you truthfully are. People live their life. They could live to 100 years old sometimes, and they never knew who they truthfully were. They were living somebody else's life. But within your innate, within your soul, lies who you truthfully are. You could always go back to the beginning and start again, the way it was supposed to be. You could always go back to the beginning. It's never too late. Go back to the beginning and start again. And do it this time the way it was supposed to be. Because on our journey, you know, you could see certain things. You say, oh, you know, and we've been talking about this, has been coming up a lot for people. So I wish I could go back to this. I wish I could have a second chance at that. Does that resonate with you? We have to get back to the basics. We have to utilize this time to really become in alignment with who we are. A lot of people aren't in alignment with who they are. You could be stuck at your job. You could be stuck in this relationship, all different things. And you could say, well, I did this maybe because my job told me to, or I did this because this person told me to in the relationship. Then you're sitting there and you're realizing this is not even who I am. So you have to really have the courage to start with a clean slate. Even if you have to go back to the beginning and build it up again. The flames of the Holy Spirit fire, Ragnarok, it's burning right now. Can you feel the Holy Spirit fire? Let us know in the chat if you feel it. Get the flames going in the chat right now. You can feel a shift happening. You could feel it inside of you. You know, and a lot of times you get comfortable. Remember, the repeating things that we do every day. Neuroplasticity, it's time to create new neural pathways in the brain by doing something new. A couple of months ago, I shared on this channel, there will be a great shaking in the micro and the macrocosm. So you could have a great shaking in the world, or you could have a great shaking in your everyday life experience. And this great shaking is going to shake you up. It's time to shake things up again. It's true. It's time to shake things up again. And this great shaking is helping you embrace who you truthfully are. Even though, you know, sometimes we say, oh, I'm going backwards. But sometimes if you have to jump over the massive canyon, like Super Mario Brothers. Remember, you have to, you got to back up, then you got to get a running start and then jump over that next hurdle. So sometimes we have to go back. We have to get back to the basics, to become hungry again, to put our best foot forward. Mario needs to have the best foot forward to jump over. He's jumping over. He's jumping over. And you have the calling inside of you. The calling of the hero, the calling of the warrior, the true warrior that's inside of you. It's calling you, kid. You have to answer the call. Are you going to answer the call? Or are you going to hit the button and just hit the button? God's calling. Are you answering the call, or are you just going to hit the mute button? Which one are we doing? You know, even Rocky, you know, he was the world champion. He had to go back and train in the dungeon again. Sometimes we have to go back and never forget where you came from. Sometimes we have to go back to that dungeon and train again. We are going back to training like never before. In this world right now, you need to have the Triforce like the Legend of Zelda. And you have to be strong physically, mentally, and spiritually. And we're training like never before right now. And not only are we back, but we're back and better than ever before. It's time to start training. And it's time to get back down into the dungeon. Because there, you will find yourself in your roots. Over the course of our journey, you know, many people come into our lives or just a part of our life, and you fall into that consciousness pit, the consciousness pit of doom. If you're new to the channel, check out the channel page, The Scale of Consciousness. Don't fall into the pit of fear, guilt, or shame. Don't do this. They'll shame you. They'll fear you. Don't do this. Sometimes they're afraid of doing it, so they'll tell you don't do it. You'll start to see this on your journey. I've seen it over the past few years. When you start to level up and people, maybe you thought they were your friends, they try to pull you back down because your vibrational frequency has now surpassed theirs and it makes them feel uncomfortable. It's time to get back into that dungeon, kid. Years ago, when I used to train with my friends, we had this old school gym, and it was like 2 floors, but like the heavy weights and all the stuff was in like the basement. It really was the dungeon. It was very hard to ventilate. Sometimes the mirrors would fog up, but that was my roots. And if you've ever seen Rocky 3, you know, really focus on that scene. the ceiling was dripping, right? This was all true stories. So now, you know, when I think about that, I think about my roots. I think about what's important to me. I think about the best times of my life. The best times of my life. You know, maybe they weren't so prestigious. Maybe they weren't so prestigious. But these were the best times of my life with the best people. All different types of people coming together. Anyone that is part of a gym crew, you could share that in the comments as well. I'm sure you see that as so many different people come together. And you have to stay focused. You have to stay focused physically, mentally, and spiritually at this time. I know a lot of people that, you know, they went, you know, to different gyms and stuff in the past few years. But getting back to the dungeon, just like Rocky, get back to that dungeon and start training, and train like you've never trained before. And then you're going to toughen up. You have to be tough as nails right now. Be focused on this. Because you'll see the difference. And any phase of life, physical, mental, spiritual, the Triforce, like the Legend of Zelda, also a tremendous video game, but they tell you the truth. Like the Triforce, you have to have all phases of life ready to go right now. The mental aspect of the physical aspect, what you need to do daily. You have to do the work daily. Name of the channel is Our Everyday Lives. You have to do the work daily. And when you do the work daily, you won't lose focus. It's very easy to lose yourself. You could lose focus. But this is where you build long-lasting bonds, rewrite your subconscious programs, and start becoming who you came here to be. Remember who you are when you were a child. The Indigo Children. Remember? Remember who you were as a child. And look at your life. And you will know the answer. You will know the answer. How, Michael? How will you know the answer? I was literally just catching up with my friend in the gym yesterday. Your body is the tuning fork to telling you the truth. Dr. Bruce Lipton said all animals are able to pick up on vibration and frequency. You are able to pick up on vibration and frequency. Feel the situation out. Feel it with your body. And your body's either going to feel, oh, I feel so great. I feel so great. And then sometimes you could say, I feel off. I feel sick. Your body is telling you the truth. If the message is resonating with you, hit that like button right now. We got so many people stumbling into this live stream. Smash that like button, please. I'm grateful if you do that. Get back to your roots. Get back to the basics. You knew the truth all along. Don't be talked out of these things. Because ultimately, you are the creator of your reality. You are the writer of the programs. And that's how we all become self-empowered. How do we all create these new programs? How do we remove the things that no longer resonate? There's a time for this and a time for that. There's time for new things to build new neuroplasticity, and then there's time for routines and rituals. And right now, we're getting back to the basics. And we have ironclad routines and rituals. So we stay focused. We will not lose our focus. Sometimes we lose our focus. You had an idea. You had an idea. You knew the path. You will be a collection of everything in your life. The people in your life, the subconscious programs, the locations, everything. We all have to stay focused on who we are and what we are creating at this time. Absolutely, yeah. Wax on, wax off. That's true. Truth, wax. Tremendous training. We are going back into tremendous training right now. That's how you really focus on the skills that you need for this time. I shared in our Patreon group the other day. The same mental attributes of bodybuilding, of training, can be applied to everyday life right now. It takes a lot of discipline. This channel is about building discipline. Some people, they need to focus on that. Reflect on your life. This is self-empowerment. You know the answers. We could become more disciplined. I had this long conversation with my friend, and she was telling me she needed this, and I said, you know what? When I was a boy, why am I so good at all these things that I do? It's because of my mother. I know my mom's watching right now. She's watching. My mom built these subconscious programs when I was younger of discipline, even though like some of the things that I was doing, she didn't understand. But how was I able to do all these things? Because she created discipline. And I had this discipline to sit for 12 weeks. It's actually like 13, 14 weeks, but 12 weeks. Think about it. Could you eat grilled chicken and sweet potatoes every day for 12 weeks? There is an aspect of discipline. And sometimes we lose that focus. We could be beaten down mentally. Oh, I don't want to eat this anymore. Oh, I don't want to do this anymore. I just want to sit. And listen, there is a time for that. There is a time. We all kind of went through this. There's a time because it's not, listen, we all need a time to rest. We go through that period of rest. We feel rejuvenated. And then we rise up and move forward after we've been rejuvenated. Absolutely rest. But now we have to move forward with the discipline that we've picked up. Back to training, back to the basics. You don't have to be prestigious right now to become the highest version of yourself. You want to activate your higher self? You want to be the best person that you came here to be? You don't have to be prestigious. Remember who you are. We're all everyday life people. And after all, Light Warriors, I'm just a kid from Brooklyn. And so it is. If you find this message interesting and you would like to learn more about our reality in terms of energy, frequency, and vibration, why don't you click subscribe, give the video a like so it becomes visible to more people. And please share with one other person, because when we all share with one other person, we will rapidly grow our 5D community. I'm grateful for all of you. Thank you for your attention. It is the currency of the universe. Take a time right now, if you haven't, hit that like button. Hit the subscribe button if you're new to the channel. Set an alarm on your phone to remind you we are here 9 a.m. Eastern time every single day. We have live streams on Patreon. We have more videos on Twitter. And we communicate on multiple platforms. We have Telegram, TikTok, Twitter, LinkedIn, Rumble. Check them all out. Utilize the hashtag OurEverydayLives. Write on this video, leave comments on this video. Are you going through this energy theme right now? Are you driven to remember who you are? We all have to remember who we are, because we could lose ourselves on our journey. Never lose yourself. Never bow down. Never give in. Just keep going. And now, once you've cleared the board, you've cleared the slate, now, without the distractions, you can show the world who you truthfully are. And that's what we all need to stay focused on. I love you all. More posts on Patreon and Twitter. Check them out. We will be back on 9 a.m. Eastern time tomorrow. And I'm grateful for everything that you do to share this video and get it out to the world. We have to get back to the basics. We have to become the person we came here to be. And we could do that by remembering who we are. I love you all. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye for now.